not doing it. Right, something's on my foot. Alright. Move that knee, that's fine. You want that, Andrew?
Okay, this is the Nicholson's assembly shop. I'm Mike, the draftsman designer, and this is the Ramsbury Holy Cross casework and organ, or part organ, that we've stripped down, restored the console, restored the casework, ready for painting in its new colours. We're trying to get it back to something like it was in about 1890. Originally parts of it were 1812, I believe, but there are too many parts that have gone missing over the years for various reasons and various alterations. So we're trying to give it some of its integrity back. Okay, this is the console, which is in the process of being restored. We've repieced doors, they now work, and we've put new locks in them. And all of the music desk has been part remade and part repieced due to the fact over the years lots of things have been cut out of it and stuck onto it. Similarly in the side of the jams as well, so we've put new blower switches in, new light switches, new lights, both for the music desk and for the pedal board. The casework's been readapted here where it had been, to put it mildly, sort of butchered out in a very strange cut. The pedal board was never meant to be in there, I don't think. It would have been a much later pedal board. I'm not sure from. We're going to install a mechanical action for the pedals, completely from new, but hopefully within keeping of how the organ would have been. This is the bellows for the organ, which supplies the wind to both the swell and the great soundboard. At some point it had been a double rise bellows, but now it's been returned to being a single rise, and it's all been completely re-leathered, so it will have been stripped down to the timber and completely re-leathered with new sheepskin on the corners and all the way around. So that should really now last for another 50 years. And we've, it's been painted back with a paint that we've matched with the original colour in the job. So we're trying to put it back and give it some integrity, and hopefully this will last for a long time.
The rear of the organ, and
this will be more visible now as well, because the organ's been moved forward 18 inches, so the rear of the organ is going to be seen. So these panels are going to be painted to match the rest of the casework.
All right.
Everything's gone darker in colour because it's been treated for woodworm, because the casework is riddled with woodworm, and some of it so badly that we've had to destroy parts and remake them.
Had to replace parts, yeah.
Which you'll see later, hopefully.
Yeah. Right, we're now up on the platform above the organ, looking down. You don't realise how large it is, actually, when it's in the...
No. Well, the church is a large building, of course, so it's almost lost. Yeah, it's a fairly big piece.
Yeah.
One of the other problems is a lot of the plasterwork, which are all the little finials and cappings, that they're all made of plaster. The whole case is going to be repainted, and what you can see in the light green there is going to be painted in a very similar colour, almost a duck egg bluey green.
Right.
And then what you can see that we think is gold paint at the moment is going to be done in a very much darker green to contrast, and the console will be the same. And then all the new pipes that go in it will be gilded with gold leaf, champagne colour gold leaf.
Wonderful.
Quite a cost really, but I think with the two colours and the gold leaf, you're going to get quite a nice contrast.
Yeah, yeah.
These are the replacement front pipes, rescaled and remodelled, because the other ones were sort of a hodgepodge of all sorts of things. We're going to keep the original wooden dummies, and these are going to be made, and most of these are now speaking pipes of the great open diapason. And these, when finished, will be fully gilded with a champagne gold leaf. These are the feet of the new front pipes that have been completely made from the flat metal. The chap who makes them, unfortunately, isn't here. When these are finished and the bodies are finished, these will then be soldered onto the bodies. These are the leaves being formed. These will then have what's called a languid put in them, and they'll then go next door into the voicing shop, and Guy Russell, the tonal director, will make them speak. Hopefully they'll sound beautiful, I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will.
My name's Guy Russell, I'm the tonal director of Nicholson. My job is to look after all the pipe work, that is voice it, revoice it, do any specifications for new organs, and also get all the scales and compositions of the pipes for any new organs or any additions. At the moment I'm working on your swell stop diapason. It's a stop by hill, and I'm repairing it as necessary, cleaning and regulating them, and there's a few repairs and a few funny notes. They've been got at a little bit in the past.
I'm sure they have.
And so we're just making sure they will speak properly.
Oh, wonderful. So this is the actual voicing part
This is the voicing part, yes.
in progress.
Absolutely.
Could you just do one or two other pipes, or is it? That's wonderful to actually see it in progress.
This is your part of your swell oboe. It's a reed stop, and it was in a dreadful state. It's been really got at badly. I can show you how it works. Inside each pipe there's a little brass tongue with a curve on it, and when the wind comes in, that vibrates and that gives you your tonality. And this is the little brass tongue, or the reed, which vibrates when the air goes through the pipe onto the hollow tube, which is called the shallot, and the spring is used to tune it, and it's all held together with a little wooden wedge. Okay, so I'll put that pipe back in and tune it. This is the unusual stop. It's called a corollaphon. It was invented by Grain Davison, the company of Grain Davison, and it's got a hole in the top on a sleeve, which is used for tuning, and it gives it a little bit of stringy tone. In the days before they realised you could put a nice slot in it to get strings like we do now.
Right.
But it's all been restored, and it sounds quite nice.
So these have been restored, the ones there?
They've all been restored,
brilliant.
yes.
Okay.
They've all been on the voicing machine.
Brilliant.
And they all sound as they should. They get front pipes that are the historic ones from your organ, so they'll be cleaned up and restored and then gold leafed. These are your old display pipes, which were totally the wrong scale and the wrong construction for the age of the organ and made of the wrong material. So we are disposing of those, and we're making proper lead pipes of a decent scale to go into your front, and they'll be gold leafed.
This is one of the wind trunks that's from the bellows to the grate soundboard, that's been restored, split filled and covered in leather. These are parts of the casework on the front, for the front pipes, I believe, that a lot of work needs doing on them, and that's all there is on here.
So I'm working on the grate soundboard. We are going to move some pipes from this, which is stop flute, which would have been more in the organ as it was before. And this is, it was before spring flute. So we are moving everything to fit on the original upper board. So that's it. So we usually make mark of every pipe, and we try to check if it's going to fit, because obviously it's not taking the same place.
These are the front pipe cantilevers, which when they were dismantled almost fell apart in the organ builder's hands. The woodworm was so deep into it. So we've had to replace them, and these are the new ones. made of an old pine to hopefully keep the integrity again. Also, they would never have been wind tight. They would have been leaking like a sieve. So we've done 4 of those. So these parts here are plaster. So when this was cut off, all these dropped off and broke, and this is one that's been put back together, or partly put back together. These are the two better of the woodworm brackets. The other ones have completely disintegrated and fallen apart.
It's the old blower from the blower box that was removed. We replaced with a brand new one.
And what is wrong with that? Just very old?
Yeah, just the age of it really. The new ones are much more efficient.
Right.
So, new one going in there. The original box with the blower removed.
It's interesting
the new
for me,
blower unit.
He lived over the road
So we'll reshape the old box to fit the new blower. So keep it.
Okay, so this is a close-up.
These are the pedal keys, the frame of which you saw in the console, and these are beech. And of course, over the years they've worn with people's feet, so we've repieced them with new beech, which is a normal thing. Those are the sharps. These are the naturals, and again, repieced. These should be good for another 30 or 40 years, depending on what people wear on the feet and how often it gets played. These are the 3 finials from the top of the organ case from the towers, and these are a wooden core with plasterwork applied. And then they've been put on with iron nails, and over the years the iron nails have rusted and exploded. So bits have fallen off, and these are 40 feet up in the air, but we've remodelled this one using car body filler. When it's painted, it's going to look as good as it did originally. They're not terribly accurate anyway. But the old organ builders and architects knew that things that were 40 or 50 feet up in the air didn't really matter about, to be honest.
Right.
If you look at the casework, you'll see that the bottom half of the casework's really quite nicely done, and as it goes up, it gets less and less important.
Well, this is a model of how a mechanical action organ works, and this is as though a big saw cut has been taken through the middle of an organ. This is one of the keys, and when you press the key, a linkage is somehow connected to the wire here that opens this valve, pallet, and that lets the air under pressure from here go into this chamber, and from there it goes through to any pipes that are standing on the top. And when you pull and push on the stops, it moves these slides, which bring into play different sets of pipes depending on the sort of sound you want. So this is the soundboard.
Right, this is the swell soundboard, and we're doing the same to the swell and the grate soundboards in this job. And what I've done with this one is stripped it completely down, so it's just its grid, which is what I have here, and you come around here, you can see grid. And what we're doing is this is where the pallets, which are the valves which open went to let the pipes speak. We're repalleting this with different size pallets to make the touch lighter, because the touch, or what the keys feel like to the player, was very all over the place. Some were very hard, some were soft. So what we're doing is trying to even that out by putting new pallets in. And so what I should do is plane that flat, put a board on there and cut some new slots for the new pallets to go on, because they'll be longer and thinner. And they're also on this is where the boards go on that the pipes stand on. And what I'm doing here is there are splits of various places will cause one note to run into another one, and so you'll get 2 pipes speaking when you just press the one note, which you don't want, obviously. So what I'm doing is repairing these splits by screwing down either side and filling that with wax, which I shall melt in. That fills it up, and then I shall turn it over and flood the whole thing with hot glue, animal glue, so that runs in there and it floods in all the cracks and all the splits and everything, and that will stop any leaks between one note and another. And that gets poured out, and the residue will set hard and stop any leaks.
So this is one of the drawings for Ramsbury. This is for the pedal rollerboard, which will all be made new in a traditional way of doing it. So I set this out full size based on the scale of the pedal keys, which are shown in blue, and the scale of the chest, which is shown in red, and they have to be joined up with what we call rollers with arms on them. That drawing's probably takes me about 3 or 4 days to do, I think. It's done on AutoCAD.
Well, these are some of the bits that haven't been done yet. So I'm going to drop around it. This is pedal cordon, a nice big scale, so that's really good. Little of the bits from the casework, some bits from the sound boards. And this pile of pipes, these boxes have actually recorded on the voice machine that are all completed. And then you've got a little box of bits and pieces which probably won't be used again.
Right.
We've got some bits left over. Well, this is your remodeled Especial mixture, which is a 3-rank mixture. It speaks as 6th, why it's called Especial. We've been remodeled. You can see some of the new pipe work we've had to put in to remodel it, and it starts at these 3 notes. Bottom C. And my mouth's big enough, I can probably play them.
Give us a demonstration. Wonderful.
Okay. And when that's added to the chorus, it gives you that lovely English cornet sound, and it will also enhance the reeds. Because with the pierce, it adds a little bit of zing to the reeds, so it's a very useful stop.
Right. And could you just pronounce the word for us properly as well?
It's known in the trade as the Sesquialtra, and it was in a terrible state when it came in. It's really been got at. It was badly arranged. A lot of the pipes didn't speak. Those that did weren't speaking the right notes, and so it's all been completely done, and we've put quite a few new pipes in, and they've all been made with the same material and the same consistency as the original pipes. You might have blocked off or something. Not off here, it says blocked here. What do you mean, new ones?
Those 4 came out here.
No, they're all old ones. No, they're all old ones. Well, I went for this one up top. Oh, it works. Everything. Just on that line. Somebody started some painting. Stop going in it, but it's slicing into it. So what's the back? Another 4 inches. Yeah. Too far. Too far. That's it. You push. Okay, that's it. Well, let's get one screw in. A screw. Put on the screw. Gap at the back, it's tight at the front. What's at the front now?
So the last rites on my way down. Just watch the paintwork on the way down.
The inside one, isn't it? They've done the front, this is the inside. Oh, and they've got the indicator on as well now. The one, which I'm going to show you the top of that.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
These are stickers from pedal board through to the key action of the swell.
Uh-huh.
This action here goes at the back of the keys. So when the keys are played here,
Yeah.
it presses down on these actions here
And the
that
trackers.
pull the valves open on the rear chest
Right, via the trackers.
via the trackers. So it's a mechanical action.
Yeah, yeah. People will be interested in just how awkward this is, fitting the trackers. These pipes have been fitted and they're okay. And they're now going back to be gilded.
Yeah, just a fraction more.
If you're waiting for me, then you can maybe start putting these.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, that in there. Okay. What's backing around the back of the flat? That one. Forward a bit.
Yeah.
Turn more.
Touch me. No.
Yeah, okay. That one's coming up a little bit. Press down the key there.
Yep.
Lifts up the back of the key onto that sticker.
Right.
And that lifts that arm.
So that's adjusted now, is it?
Yeah. That's
Here we go. So these the stops are going in right now.
yep.
This is quite interesting.
That's it.
So those ones are in, but they're not adjusted yet, presumably.
No, there's still work to be done on those.
Okay, and these are
And these are the same as those, but without the heads, obviously.
right.
The other division.
Yeah.
And if you have a
And
look at the
yeah, if
linkage at the
you
back,
just
yeah.
operate that and show the. Yeah. Okay.
And you'll see a roller at the back there. So
So this is like a vertical ruler
that's right. That just transfers the linkage
from the stop.
from the stop. Yes.
There.
So they go off to the stop.
Right. Oh. So
Okay.
these.
So these transfer the horizontal action from the draw stops to a vertical plane here,
Yeah.
and they actually pull at the top of there.
Let's see if we can get. Yeah.
The slides on and off. So in that position the slide is on, and when in that position the slide is off, and
And so
it's just a mechanical linkage between the two.
okay, so there's actually it operates slides within the
The
soundboard,
slides within the soundboard. That's right.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Yeah. Just
and they
pull
shut
them on and
off
from
the air
front.
or let
Shut
the
off the air or completely open the stop.
Yeah.
So you can play
These are the
again. It's the same as the other side. You've got a horizontal linkage there
yeah,
that transfers up
and that horizontal goes straight to the stop on the
straight
front
to the draw stop
on the
front.
on the console,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it transfers when you operate it. We can't operate it too much, but you can see a vertical rod actually
Okay.
rising up and down there.
Yeah.
So,
Presumably, if you operate it too much, it'll pull the thing right out the front console.
well,
will
at the
it?
moment these are not connected, so he's working on them upstairs now. But
Okay.
it does exactly the same thing, just in a different setup. But
Yeah.
it just transfers that horizontal linkage to a vertical
Right
rod
up into the
swell,
swell soundboard.
and again
Right.
exactly the same again. It just pulls the stop on and off
Right.
from the front.
Right.
Just pull it on and see where it goes to.
What are these connecting pipes called?
Conveyance.
Conveyance.
Conveyance tubes, yeah.
All right. And that's the last one going in.
The last one going in.
Oh, that's wonderful, and they look brilliant too.
Yes, indeed.
And so the pedals are looking very nice. There's still the linkages to be connected up, and keyboards are looking very nice. All the stop covers are in.
Yeah, they've just got to be glued in. They're just dry at the moment, so
Right.
they're all a bit wibbly wobbly.
I assume there are still adjustments to be done on the stops, and they're
No, they're all done now. So
they're all adjusted.
yeah, I can glue the next net. Hold on. One back. Yeah, that one. Your bottom C sharp.
That was,
Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful.
well, that's operating the swell pedal there from behind. So these are the couplers, as I understand it, going in, and there are some that are very awkward. Okay, so this stop is pulled out. Grate to pedal, is that the one there? Grate to pedal. Okay, because it's pulled out, and now when we press that pedal, it operates the. It's operating both the grate and the swell, isn't it?
Yeah, the swell's
because
out.
they're both out. Yes, very interesting. Okay, so that's the swell pedal has gone in, and if you could operate it again, watch what's happening to the actual swell louvers. There we are. Brilliant. And these are further couplers waiting to go in and be adjusted and so forth. Oh, that sounds wonderful. So that is the swell pipe sounding, is it?
We're going up, going
Down.
down on that.
Wonderful. That is great. This is the okay. Just to record it. These are the swell pipes being installed and tested at the same time. Very good.
So we've got a new 4-foot flute that we've put on. We've put on the organ, which is old pipes contemporary with the rest of the pipework that's here, but is a new stop to the organ,
Right.
basically completing the tonal palette. The next stop to go in is the sesquialtera, which is the 3-rank mixture, which we've re-intonated as well. So
Right.
it will, I mean, it's the old pipework, but it's got
It's working
fresh-
properly.
a fresh breath of life to it. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
will sound very nice.
And sorry, could you just mention your name for the
My
record?
name is James Atherton. I'm the voicer at Nicholson's.
Ah, right. Okay. And give us a quick play or something, just to...
Well, I can give you a demonstration of the
What?
I mean, none of it's in tune yet.
It sounds wonderful to me,
Well,
but
I mean,
I'm not...
Come back in a couple of days once it's tuned and you know we started regulating it all.
Right.
It'll sound a lot better. But that's a sound that's not been heard in this church before because of this new flute stop and a lot of the re-intonation of the pipework.
Well, it's now the 20th of November, and the tuning process has got underway. So we're now in the tuning process, and
Yes, it's the tuning and the tonal finishing. So all the pipes are now have been back to the workshop and have been re-regulated on the voicing machines back in Nicholson's at the Malvern.
Okay.
And now they've come back here, been carefully put back into the organ, and now we're just adjusting them to make sure they sound right here in situ, actually physically in the organ and in the building as well. So everything carries, everything sounds as it should.
right, right. How many of the...
We've done most of that process now, and now we're down to the fine tuning of the organ so that it's ready for when we put the case pipes in, which are the workshop being gilded at the moment.
Right.
So we're getting towards the tail end of the job now.
How many of those great pipes are in so far? Are those...
Every single pipe is in the organ now except the case pipes.
Ah, okay. And of course the front, whatever you call those, the gilded ones.
That's the ones I mean.
Oh, sorry.
There are, I think, 12 wooden pipes of the old pipe from the old organ, and,
Okay.
which aren't speaking, and then all the other pipes are brand new and they've been made to the same, well, it's almost the same scale of specifications as the ones that were in, but the ones that were in before had been put in and made to fit, rather than the pipes that we've had made to fit the case.
Right.
So they'll look a lot better, they'll fit a lot better, they'll sound a lot better, and of course they're gilded with 23 karat gold now. So
Right.
it'll look,
But in terms of the actual great soundboard that all the pipes are in,
every single pipe is in the
yeah,
organ.
okay, that's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Pleasure. Yeah. And now for middle G and tenor G.
Is
The tuning process of tuning a pipe, if you look at this pipe, these pipes at the front here, which is the open diapason, it's the treble part of the rest of the case pipes, which are the gold pipes that are going to arrive. They're tuned by means of a tin collar that is holding, is gripping the top of the pipe, but I'm able to move it up and down. So for instance, Dave, if you hold middle C on the open diapason with the principal,
I heard that.
The whole process of tuning the organ is basically lengthening or shortening the pipe, and you do it with these. You do it with a stick of stainless steel like this, and you hit the top of the pipes gently to make them sharper or flatter.
Yeah.
You know, make them short in length or long in length, depending on where they need to go. And that's the whole process that will go through all 1,000 or so pipes. And there are various other constructions of pipes. For instance, if I pull out one of the wooden pipes, this has got what's called a stopper on the top of it.
Right.
It's the same process of making the pipe longer or shorter by pulling the stopper up and down. But because this pipe is stopped, the sound of the pipe can only come out of what's called a mouth here, whereas the pipes at the front have got a mouth where the sound comes from, and also the speaking length. The sound is moving two parts of it. On here, it's only coming out of the mouth. And what happens is that as the air goes in, it sort of doubles on itself and comes back down, and in effect it is doubling the length, the speaking length of the pipe.
Right.
So this is middle A on the stop diapason, and if I pulled out a pipe on the open diapason the same length, it would speak an octave higher.
Right.
And then as the sound waves are created inside the pipe, as the sound waves come back down, they remove every other harmonic, so you end up with a much purer sound from the wooden pipes that are stopped than you do with the open pipes, which are metal. And also the material that the pipes are made of has an effect on it.
Right.
So the open diapason that's on the front here is made of an alloy of lead and tin, and it's mostly lead. So you get a much warmer, richer sound, not as many harmonics. A wooden pipe like this, made of pine, so it's a soft material, even less harmonics, and because of the stopping at the top, you have even less harmonics still, because half of them are removed as the sound waves come back down the pipe and out through the mouth.
Well, this is Thursday, the 26th of November, and these are the newly gilded front pipes, having just been carried in, ready for installation.
What, here?
33.
Oh, nice, found it. It looks the same size, though, isn't it?
What are you doing with the green paint then?
Sorry?
What are you going to do with the green paint?
I was just touching on a few bits and pieces there. Just down. Right.
D. It's hard to tell the wind's on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so quiet.
Soften up a bit.
That's lovely, Kev. Do you want to just tune those? Next one up. Can you read so? That looks pretty good to me. Yep.
I'll tap this on, but just take it out. Okay. There's a bit of a struggle to get round here.
Okay, don't put it on your boot or something so it doesn't scratch. On there. Okay, coming up. Okay, alright, yeah. Yep. Now do quick. Oh, it's a dummy, I think. That's a dummy. That's it? Okay. Just hold this one on it. Just hold it on deep. Do that. Give it a poke. Okay, thanks for that. Don't forget the old doodly doodly. Let's see what that's doing. Is that where we're going? Blow it. Just soft.
Any favourite cakes, fellas?
Sorry?
I'm going to go down to Bella and get you some cakes. What would you like?
Just big.
Yeah.
Big.
Good. Done.